Hello and welcome back to the Shoot the J channel. We made it to the NBA Finals. The 2025-2026 season will come to a close very soon, sadly, but not without a fantastically goated matchup like the Spurs and the New York Knicks. Let's get into it. San Antonio Spurs fans, you can stand up very, very proud because you're going to the NBA Finals in 2026, motherfuckers. Yes, that's right. They took down the fucking terrorists, the absolute Tel Aviv of Oklahoma City Thunder, the Oklahoma City Floppers. We fucking did it. Got to game 7, went to Oklahoma, took it in their home. Chet is a little boy. Shea is actually very good at the game of basketball. It was fantastic from every single front possible. You got Luke Cornett, got the block by James, block killer moves from everybody on the fucking team. Nobody, and I mean nobody on the Spurs is to blame for today. Everybody fucking came here and did it. Keldon Johnson shows why he's the culture of the team, why he needs to stay on this fucking team. He's the sixth man of the year. Man, this fucking team is loaded, dude. Fucking loaded. Wembanyama is the GOAT, the young GOAT. He makes the finals in his first ever playoff run. We need to look at the statistics on that. I'm not sure how many times that has been done. But man, did we think we were going to do this? Yes, we did. We believed every single step of the way when we were down 2-1. What did I say on my YouTube video? I said Spurs in 7. I said the Spurs are taking it to 7, and guess what they fucking did? They went through all the sweat, all the grind, all year, trying to chase the number 1 seed, being on their tail, destroying them in the NBA Cup, having all that talk early. Even OKC still said, nah, they can't do it. We're the champs, bro. We're the champs. They don't have experience. Everybody said the Spurs don't have experience. Well, how much fucking experience do they have right now? How much experience do they have currently, right now, making it to the NBA Finals before a lot of y'all's GOATs, by the way? Before Anthony Edwards, before, I'm not going to go down the list, but congrats to Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks for making it. Congrats to the Spurs and Wembanyama for making it. Y'all two are top 5 in the fucking league for getting your teams here. But man, that was a fucking game, man. The fucking Spurs really did the impossible, took it down in Game 7. I'm recording this at 1 a.m. the night of getting out of work and watching that fucking game. Bang! Man, bang! To go from the days of watching Derek White and DeJounte Murray and Patty Mills and every other bum on that unk-ass team to come here and see the truth unfold and the Spurs become the next dynasty of the 20. So that was a moment. That was me exactly the night after the Spurs beat the OKC Thunder in 7 games. We were high energy. We were in high spirits, Now we're going to come right back down to earth and dissect the goddamn series. We're doing most of this one take, by the way, so we gonna deal with it. Congratulations to the New York Knicks for surviving the East playoffs, and by surviving, I mean obliterating their entire path to the NBA Finals. The Knicks made it to the Finals after a 27-year drought, last seen in 1999. They absolutely deserve to be here. I know this team will provide golden games in this NBA Finals. This core is proven. This core has been through a lot together, and they're finally here to maybe make their chance to a chip or just take it all together. I like this team. I like their chances here. There's a reason why they're here. First off, Jalen Brunson is the most clutch player in the league, scoring 13 points in the fourth quarter. I believe he's averaging the first or second most points in the fourth quarter during the entire NBA season. I mean, we know he's him. Bro is him. Sometimes he can have bad shooting nights, good shooting nights. All that's important is that he gets his shots and his most important points at the right exact time. I mean, he was just like art last night in San Antonio. It hurt me as a Spurs fan, but it was beautiful to watch on the NBA final stage. I hope that the Spurs can bounce back from that. That being said, the supporting cast of the New York Knicks, because we still got to give them full respect here. They made it here for a reason. The supporting cast on the bench of Josh Hart, Jose Alvarado, and Landry Shamet for three have been phenomenal this entire playoff run with the big time hustle plays, getting steals, getting rebounds, passing out of bounds and getting it to another player like that Jalen Brunson open three late in the game. They're doing all the dirty work for this team, and they just look deeper than the Spurs overall. I hate to say it, but this is a core that's been around longer. The Knicks have been building for a longer time. They're clutch. They've got a lot of players on their team. I want to say they're about like 8-9 deep, similar to how OKC was, but OKC did have some injuries here and there that kind of bogged them down, while New York has no problem with them and has matched up pretty well with them in the regular season. That being said, I want to speak about Karl-Anthony Towns because Cat is the zesty goat of the league. He finally reached the NBA Finals for the first time in his career. A very proud moment that everybody should have for him after everything that he's been through. Losing family members in the past couple of years, being traded from, I mean, granted, Minnesota to New York is a great move, but you know, kind of without his consent and stuff, it's all working out for him. The Big Purr makes the NBA Finals and has been dominant in these playoffs. He crashed the board for 12 rebounds in game one, chirped in for 18 points with a 0 3-pointers. 0 3-pointers. So that means 18 points straight in the paint. He is just bullying everybody in the paint. He's been doing it all playoffs. He's a monster. I love Cat. I love Cat. OG, we want to speak about OG Anunoby because OG has been a solid piece for this team ever since they've traded for him, but they never really found where to utilize him until they managed to get rid of that bum Julius Randle and ship him off and then actually give some real minutes to OG Anunoby. He's been extremely proficient in the playoffs for them. He's averaging 19 points per game, 7 rebounds, 1.5 steals in this entire playoff run. Off efficient, like 60% true shooting percentages. He's killing it right now for the Knicks. Huge X factor. The Knicks are now on a 12-game win streak in the playoffs. Nobody has been able to figure out this roster at all, so it's kind of scaring me. But the chemistry is just clearly amazing with the score. As they've been through many playoff failures in the past 3 to 4 years, they had high hopes and then came down, and high hopes and came down, and they may just deliver this year. Maybe they realize this is their... New York is obviously a proven team. I want to speak about the franchise and the fans because the fans literally traveled to San Antonio and actually had a little bit of a crowd going in San Antonio, meaning that if they can travel out there, I don't even want to know what it's like in New York during the NBA Finals with Donald Trump in the stands. So everybody's going to be booing. Like, the energy is going to be ridiculous out there. Can the Spurs even match up in that? We'll have to see. I do think the absolute X factor for the New York Knicks, as I'll speak about the X factor for the San Antonio Spurs very soon. The New York Knicks need a mix in order to win this finals and win this championship. Need a mix of Jalen Brunson heroics with random 30-pointers here, 40-pointers here, fourth quarter takeovers, and or their team and bench is deeper than the Spurs team bench. Those are the two X factors at the end of the day. As long as the bench stays on top of the Spurs, as long as Jalen Brunson is him, and might I say, Karl-Anthony Towns neutralizes Wemby at the same time, they win the series. Is, I mean, that's 5. That's 5, maybe 6. But they may not be done yet. Respect to the Knicks, though. Congratulations to New York. Now on to the San Antonio Spurs. Victor Wembanyama, Dylan Harper, Julian Champagnie, Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, insert boom vine sound, and Keldon Johnson all stepped up in the prior series to round out the champion OKC Thunder in 7 games. It was an emotional series to watch, but the Spurs fans must move on to the real prize, the NBA championship. Dylan Harper had a monstrous first half, being one of the few players to breathe life into the offense of the Spurs. He ended this game with 16 points, 8 rebounds on about 70% true shooting while only playing 25 minutes. He needs to be playing way more minutes. He needs to be playing starter-like minutes. Get Fox the hell off of this starting lineup. He needs to be off the bench. Okay, maybe we're overreacting after game one, but we'll get into Fox's performances in a bit. Julian Champagnie continues to be the only San Antonio Spur to proficiently hit threes at a high clip. He may even beat the Spurs legend Danny Green franchise record for three-pointers made in a single playoff run. He went 5 of 10 from the three-point line from game one. Also had a great game 7 against OKC. He gathered 16 points and 10 rebounds. He's been hustling for this team, and he's been playing surprisingly good defense, being pretty much a small, undersized power forward. Speaking of small, undersized players, we have Devin Vassell, who has not shot great for the last 3 games. He's usually one of our best three-point shooters percentage-wise on this team, but he's been missing very many wide-open threes for a couple games now. He has to improve if he wants to compete with the other shooters like Landry Shamet and Miles McBride off the bench. Victor Wembanyama did have a poor game for his first ever finals game. Although he scored 26 points and 12 rebounds and 3 blocks on the box score, it looks pretty average. His offense all came by tough shots. He had to fight for every single basket. He had to get into the paint and try to manage to do something or get lucky with a call. And he actually shot 12 free throws. So I know some people have flopper calls and shit like that. He does get hacked. He really does get hacked. Let's be real. But he had to work for every single shot in that game. He has to improve in this series if they want to have any single type of chance. He needs to be dominant if they want to have any type of chance. Because De'Aaron Fox is way too overpaid to be fumbling a game like this. He only scored 7 points in the 38 minutes that he played on 25% true shooting percentage. And that's true shooting, brother. That means the regular percentage was like 10% less. But there's no reason why Stephon Castle can shoot a better percentage than him out of this game. Fox needs to have a bounce-back game. This is the feel-out game for the Spurs. It's a feel-out game for the Knicks. But the Knicks were locked in. I feel like the Knicks were ready to just winner takes all, leave it out on the court. The Spurs didn't leave shit on the court in game one. Now, will they come in with that readiness in game two? We're going to have to see. The Spurs bench is absolutely non-existent. This has been seen all playoffs outside of the Keldon Johnson 1-2 games that he would get and Luke Kornet, blocked by Kornet, legendary moment. But on the non-Wemby minutes, it looks scary. There are no points being generated by this team. The X factor for the San Antonio Spurs is a mix of 2 things. Similar to what I said about, the Knicks. Wembanyama Magic. Wembanyama Magic. Wembanyama. What? Oh, my green screen got. Wembanyama Magic. Shout out to my homie Elion. His birthday present. Goated. Anyways. Wembanyama needs to make something magical happen tonight, or the entire Spurs team is cooked. The Spurs team needs to be locked in on defense and offense, creating lost balls, steals, and defensive stops, turning those into good shots, and playing with good pace, but having a low turnover rate. This is precisely what they did in the entire OKC Thunder series, taking the series in 7. I'm still riding with San Antonio all the way. I foresee them going to a 7-game series and the Spurs slightly winning that out in San Antonio. But the series is going 7. It's not ending any earlier, any later. It's going all the way to 7. Then the World Cup will start. It'll be real good times in this bitch. But my next video will come before the end of the series. It will come halfway through the series. I'll be uploading exactly a week from now, pretty much next weekend. When the Spurs are presumably 2-2 with the New York Knicks at this time, heading to a game 5. I will hope and I will cope as a Spurs fan down 0-1, but we're going to have to see if we're right in the next one. Once again, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thanks for showing some love. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.